Hi, welcome to Lunch and Learn with Chi. This is Spire, Ascension 10, and we just got the new patch where they removed the door maker. Um, so I haven't actually played against the new boss yet. Um, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but it'll be a lunch and learn for everyone, including myself. Okay, let's start. Um, I think since this is the first time I'm playing or I'm streaming, I'm gonna give a little bit of my comments on each class or character. At the moment, we're gonna do Ironclad, and eventually we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll do every character. Um, might be broken up into different acts because I think might I might start over explaining, which sometimes leads to hours, and who knows? We'll go from there. Okay, so the Ironclad, uh, it's actually my worst character, ironically. So we're gonna start with that, but I don't know. We'll see. Some comments I notice about, or some of my thoughts on Ironclad is that Ironclad doesn't actually have any weak cards except for Uppercut. So most other classes have, at least two to three multiple different ways to cast weak. Uppercut is technically your only way. The other way you can get weak is if you use the colorless and you get Shockwave. Um, or unless they actually have some new cards that I haven't seen yet, but doesn't seem like it. Um, so yeah. Uh, the other thing is in Spire 1, the Ironclad had a lot more like block synergy with like Body Slam and where is it? And Barricade. I find that in Spire 2, the block package is not as good. I usually don't go for it. In fact, I've never actually won with a block package before. Uh, so I don't the I also don't I don't think that strength scales as much as it did in Spire 1 because they removed a lot of the deal multiple hit cards. So you have short boomerang, you have twin strike, you also have whirlwind and like thrash, right? But aside from that, there's not a lot of cards that scale from having more strength. And so maybe let me explain. So for example, let's use something simple like demon form, right? You gain 2 strength. Usually you would want to scale them with something like trash, something that attacks multiple times, because every time you increase strength, this number increases, right? So instead of doing 5 damage, you do 6 or 7, but you do it multiple times. So cards like Strike only hits once, whereas cards like Short Boomerang will hit 3 times, so it scales 3 times on the on strength. In Spire 1, there were a lot more multi-hit cards, um, but I find that it's less good in Spire 2. That doesn't mean you shouldn't pick strength cards too, because it still scales. Like if you can play Demon Form early and you just kind of like survive throughout the run, or sorry, throughout the fight, then eventually you will do a lot of damage. They also remove cards like the one that doubles your strength. The one that if your opponent is attacking, you gain strength. Um, it's just a different game altogether. Let's just put it that way. Uh, in return of having like only 1 week, you do have cards like Colossus, which you take 50% less damage from vulnerable enemies. You have Dominate, which scales your strength scales off your vulnerable, right? Um, so there are other synergies here that you can do. Um, I'm gonna just quickly kind of go through some of these and give you my opinion. Let's see. I guess I guess I guess the best way to kind of explain is that I find most cards in Spire 2 playable. It just really depends on uh what situation you come across. So for example, um if you need front load damage, right? Like adding an anger to your deck is fine. Adding like setup strike, adding anything like cinders, things that does damage, right? P strike, like just pure good damage, more than more than a strike. It's good to add in your deck in early Act 1, right? But you wouldn't add an anger, let's say if you're halfway into Act 2. What I'm trying to say is, uh, you shouldn't think of cards as these are good and these are bad. It's more like, well, do I need this card, right? Like, let's say in your first, right before an elite, if you're lacking damage, well, you might just have to take, like a short boomerang, twin strike, something that just gives you more damage than a strike. You might not want it at the end of your run, but if you don't pick it early and survive, then you're just gonna die with it. Um, and vice versa, cards that kind of scale, like Feel No Pain, a lot of these powers, right? You don't want to necessarily pick them early because they don't necessarily do anything if you don't have the front loaded damage to support it. Um, that's most of my thoughts at the moment. It might sound kind of choppy, and that's once again because Ironclad is my worst character. I am not super comfortable with, uh, well, maybe I'm just not super familiar with a lot of the synergy that it has, but let's give it a try, and I'll continue explaining or giving my thoughts as we go. Remember, this is a lunch and learn for myself as well, so give it a try. Overgrowth, and we are fighting the this guy. This is the one where he starts with I think they call it sticky or slime. Basically, the first X amount of times you hit him, he only takes 1 damage. So, uh, what I like to do is see what boss I'm facing first, and then kind of draft accordingly. For like, what does that mean? That means those multi-hit cards that I mentioned, like Sword Boomerang, Twin Strike. Those suddenly went up in value because this will help you remove the boss's the boss's status, right? Um, in terms of pathing, what I usually look for is there any path that I can take 3 easy hallway fights, potentially a heal, and then into an elite, something like that. And also, how many elites can I fight that is safe? Right. What does that mean? Like that means I probably wouldn't wanna. Well, actually, all these paths are kind of safe. So what does that mean? Like, if I take this elite and I go here, and I'm actually like in danger of dying, I have the choice to pivot. Right, I don't have to fight these two elites. Um, there isn't a path that kind of explains what I mean. But let's say imagine if this path was in here, right? and you're like, well, I want to take 2 elites. Um, this makes it so you don't have any flexibility to pivot if you can't. Well, like if your deck's not good enough, or you just take a bit more damage, you misplay or something, you rather take a path that allows you to have a plan B. And the good thing about this map is pretty much every path gives you a plan B. So then that kind of tells me I am more. I don't have to take as big of a risk inside the cards I choose, just because I feel like there's always a way I can get out. With that said, I do have to fight one elite at some point. With the Ironclad, you do kind of want to take as many elite as possible. But you also don't want to take too many before the first half. Right? You can think of an Act 1 as Act 1 first half and Act 1 second half. The reason is because if you around here is where your deck starts feeling a lot better, because you've added in maybe 3 to 4 cards. You've got maybe you bought some stuff, you got some upgrades, and most importantly, you've gotten 1 relic. Right? That's where you can start taking more of these elite. So usually in first half, I would take 1 elite max. In second half, I try to take as many as I can with a safe path to pivot if I can. Because every path seems very safe, in that case, I'm looking at something that I can probably take 2 elites. So probably not this path, not this path. It would be something like either this, this, maybe even like this or this, right? Either of these work. And and then the second thing I'm looking at is these campfires, because then I can upgrade my cards or heal if needed. So going back to what I was saying, I prefer taking 3 easy hallway fights into an elite. Now, the 4th fight would always be a harder fight. So if I decide to take this path, this would always be a much harder fight than the first 3 easy fights, and there's a chance where I will take quite a bit of damage, might even fight another enemy, and that before I fight this guy, which means there is a chance I might have to pivot here. So instead of that, I am looking at more of a path that either does this. I'm only risking 1 potential fight, and I also get access to 2 campfires, and I also get access to an early shop. In Spire 1, I didn't value early shops that much. I kind of like buying relics and stuff with it. And in Spire 2, I actually think early shop is really good, because especially with some other characters, you kind of want to figure out what cards you want to draft or what cards you want to do, or an idea, and even buy a potion early before you get to here. With the Ironclad, I think it's a bit less important, because a lot of the cards you do are just kind of standalone, deal damage, go from there kind of cards. But I mean, the path is pretty good here, so this is kind of what I'm leaning towards. All right. With that said, now let's take a look at what we're offered. So let me kind of go through each one and my thoughts. Colorless cards in Spire 2 is a lot better than Spire 1. I feel like there are much more cards that are just good. So I'm always down to take this one. Picking what 150 gold because of our pathing into an early shop is also very, very reasonable. This one, I think if I were to take this, then I'm not shopping. If I'm not shopping, then my path will be this, which is totally fine. I can still take this path. If every card has, or sorry, not every card, enchant all cards in the first card reward with Glam. You can so Glam is basically discard replace once, right? So let's pull up like an idea of what you can probably pick up, right? Let's say if you get anger, you can play this. You play this and it activates twice. So basically, that's 0 mana deal. Sorry, 0 energy deal. 12, right? Uh, this will be like deal 18. Get 2 cards back to top deck. This is like massive AOE, right? It's okay. However, I feel like I kind of wanna buy some stuff. And because shops do give you colorless cards, picking the Golden Pearl giving you 150 usually is enough to buy you cards or buy you a colorless card, right? So essentially, if you have an early shop, picking this Golden Pearl is it's better than paperweight in my opinion. The only thing is you do have to wait 2 fights to get there, which is totally fine with Ironclad because you can heal. So in this case, I will just pick the Golden Pearl and let's go. So because most of these fights are kind of just auto-palling, I'm usually not like unless there is something that that I feel like I need to address or talk about. Otherwise, most of the time I'm just like auto-palling these fights and there won't be as much commentary, or if any at all. Okay, so this here, let's see. So in the overgrowth, right? The frog parasite is the only well, let me put it this way. Usually, there's one elite in every act that has multiple mobs or multiple characters where you kind of prefer an AoE. So having something like Whirlwind is usually pretty reasonable. The only thing is Whirlwind does do less damage than a Strike. So if you pick this and you're not facing like multiple enemies, you're technically this is like worse than a Strike. So I usually don't pick this right away. I will pick this once I feel like my deck is strong enough. Or if I have like, let's say if I already have Inflame, right? Then this is slightly better. Or if like I know I fought 2 elites already and it wasn't the Frog Parasite, then I know I'm gonna face it. Then I probably pick it. Inflame, you can think of it as more of like a mid to late game card. Because let's say in this fight we just fight, right? Like the early hallway fights. You spend 1 mana, you gain 2 strength. So you have to play 3 strikes before this pays for itself, because every strike is now +2. With that said, most of these hallway fights kind of end pretty fast, so you don't always get the value you want with Inflame. It's usually better if you have a longer fight, or if you have more ways to hit your enemy. I remember how I was mentioning that I value strength less in Spire 1, or sorry, in Spire 2. So in this case, I'll probably just take Anger just for more front-loaded damage. It is just 0 mana or 0 energy strike, right? And some might think, oh well, you're just gonna jab your deck with a lot of, anger. But realistically, you might shovel your deck once or twice in most hallway fights. So then this doesn't even matter. Like you're never gonna have a case where half your deck is anger. In fact, usually you're happy drawing 2 of these on your second shuffle. Oh, let me take that for more front-loaded damage. Okay. Let's see. So Bully is, I think it's more of like a mid to late game card as well. If Anger is like 0 mana deals 6, this is kind of like 0 deal 4, but deals 2 more if there's vulnerable, right? Like you have to at least hit him once with Bash, and then play this for this to equal an Anger. So usually I don't look at this card early. In fact, if I don't have a lot of vulnerable, I don't even care about this card at all. Pommel Strike is more damage than a strike, and it draws you one, right? If you can draw into more angers, draw into defense if you need it. Um, this is usually a pretty good pick. Armament, I actually find Armament not that great unless it's upgraded. If it's upgraded, it upgrades all cards in your hand, right? Which is really good. If it's not upgraded, it's kind of like a defend with a bit of a bonus. But it's also less good in small, like short fights, right? You want to upgrade as many cards as possible and actually use those cards. So in this case, I'll probably take the Pommel Strike. More damage, draw a card, pretty reasonable. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. You get 2 colorless cards in your shop, right? So, yeah, this one costs more than 150, but this one doesn't. So, right, so by having 150 card instead of having the other option to get one of 2 colorless cards, this is basically the same thing with the option that, let's say if I don't like these cards, I have the option of buying other stuff. Whereas, because I have the gold, right? With that said, I actually don't like either of these. This doesn't happen too often where you have no attacks, especially on the Ironclad. And if you aren't able to fulfill this condition, you're wasting a draw. If you are, it's really just a draw 1, right? It's not draw 2 because you drew this card. So you already wasted a draw. And if I just play Pommel Strike, that's just a free draw 1 anyways, right? This is... it's okay, I don't need it, but I definitely don't want to spend 180 on it. I guess I'll talk about each item in the shop. I mentioned this before where Ironclad doesn't have too many weak, so I'm definitely eyeing this. Stomp is one of those AoEs and front-loaded damage. So let's say you play 3 strikes, this is now free for this turn. Pretty reasonable, especially if I have Anger. Tremble is also pretty good, especially because I have this on discount. I'm also eyeing this. Bloodletting, yeah, this is really good. Gaining 2 energy. You'll notice that because Bash is 2 energy, and a lot of like other good cards are 2 energy, you're gonna have trouble playing both of them, right? But if you have Bloodletting, then you know, you take 3 HP, who cares though, right? Like, you heal 6, and if you can kill them that round, right, instead of waiting another round, then that's pretty good. You can also think of it as, if I play Bloodletting, I take 3, I get 2 energy to play 2 blocks, then I'm tanking, like, 10 damage, right? Which is only a net loss of 7. So, also eyeing this. Plating is more of like a late game card. Right now, I don't need it. So that's my thoughts on these cards. Bronze Scales is actually not too bad. The boss has a bit of multi-attack, so it's reasonable to take this. It also helps chip down on his shield. I don't necessarily need to upgrade 2 cards. This is okay as well. You're basically getting 5 cards, but I feel like I can probably afford to buy 3 or even more of these without having to pay this. This is basically paying 180 to choose from like multiple cards, but I have to choose it. Or I guess I don't have to, but like here I can actually see exactly what I'm getting, right? Let's say if I get these 3, right? It costs a bit less than this. Or if I get 4 cards, it costs around the same as this, maybe a bit more. However, I already know exactly what I'm getting from here, where this is kind of like there is a chance you can not get anything good. Removing a card, I don't think it's that great unless you have a specific thing you're trying to do. Maybe if you had a early relic where you remove 2 cards, then this kind of goes up in value. But if you have 13 cards, let's say you remove 1, that's 12. I don't think it's worth paying 100. Maybe if it was cheaper, then it would be better. But I much rather buy, let's say bronze scale and a few of these. Uh, if I didn't have potions, I would probably buy some too. I could technically just heal 20% and buy another potion. I am facing one more before I face an elite. But let's buy the stuff that I actually want first. So I want this, and this, I think. So let's take the uppercut. Oh, sorry, I didn't even calculate my how much gold I have. I can't buy all that. Uh, I kind of do want these bronze scales though. Maybe I should not have taken the uppercut so fast. I should have taken bloodletting and tremble. Yeah, that may have been a mistake on my part. Hey, lunch and learn, right? I will buy these bronze scales and, call it a day. All right. Okay. I talked about these two already. Second wind. So if you second wind is essentially exhaust all your blocks, gain a bunch of blocks in one turn, and then after that you only have attacks, right? It's not bad. It's definitely not a bad option, especially in hallway fights. Well, you're never going to be exhausting like 4 defense either, right? So you're probably going to exhaust maybe 2, and then you still have 2 more. Um, I think it's better. Well, actually, I don't even know if it's better if it's. I mean, it's better if it's upgraded, but it doesn't matter all that much. Um, I think right now, I will probably just go for more damage for now. Uh, there is a skip angle here, but because I feel like Pommel Strike is just a very, very reasonable card, I don't see a reason not to pick it. I wouldn't take 3, but 2 I think is reasonable, so I'll pick this. Okay, so here I usually look at it as, am I okay taking 8 damage, or am I okay taking a curse into my deck? So spoils map, right? You're basically adding a card that doesn't do anything until the second half of Act 2. Sure, you get 600 gold there, right? But what if you don't survive until you get to that point, right? You have to survive in order to get the payoff. There are times where, especially if I'm not playing Ironclad, I can't afford to take 8 HP because I'm going up against, like, let's say if this was this question mark, right? And I have very low health, I would not be able to take this card. Oh, sorry, take the 8 HP, right? I also don't really need a potion. I feel like because I have 2 draw cards, I'm okay taking a curse into my deck. Even though I am planning to take 3 elites. 3 elites is not that much either, and there's a lot of fire or campfire, so I'm totally fine taking this. And then upgrading probably. I think I usually upgrade the uppercut here because you deal 2 weak, deal 2 vulnerable. That's just pretty good. There's no, if I didn't have uppercut, I might upgrade the bash because you want to have, sometimes 2 vulnerable doesn't seem like it's enough. 1 definitely doesn't seem like it's enough, so I usually get the uppercut upgraded. Alright, so this is a frog parasite. Unfortunately, we don't have any AoEs, but sometimes if you have enough front-loaded damage, you can just kind of take him down. I might opt to play this at some point. We'll see. He does take through 12 damage from hitting me. He also hits me for 12. So I can probably set it up so I can like kill him next turn. Let's do this. Saying 12. So probably this and then 9. So he just takes 9, 18. I kind of don't want him to die on while he attacks. Wait, does that stun all the parasites? It's okay. So what I'm thinking right now is if I do 18 to him, right, he'll be at 10. He's gonna hit me, and because of my thorns, he's gonna die. So if he dies on his turn, I feel like his parasites are then stunned for the next turn, which then this will be a good, right? If it doesn't, then I should probably play block and strike, so that way he doesn't die on his turn and I can hit him next turn. But let's do lunch and learn. Yeah, so it does stun all of them. Alright. These two would always attack first, for the number 1 and 3, and then these attack afterwards. So you usually want to kill either the first or the third, depending on whichever one you think you can, yeah, you can kill. Let's not take any, I guess I have to take some damage from this. I do have this blood potion, which most likely I'm gonna play if they offer me a potion. Let's see, this plus this will kill 1. Take 9. I take 3 here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Take the Festival Popper. Okay. So here's the Tremble that I wasn't able to pick. Pretty good. Bludgeoning is a really good pick if you are lacking front-loaded damage. You can usually think of this as 3 energy kill something, because most early game monsters don't have over 32 health. Setup strike is basically strike but gain 2 strength. So then if you're able to play 3 strikes, or sorry, 2 strikes. So let's say you played this, right? You deal 1 damage, 1 extra damage in a strike. You play, and then you play 2 of these. So you're basically doing 5 extra damage. It's very meh to me. So with the same reason that there's not a lot of multiple hits. So I'm probably not looking at this. Is usually between these two. Do I have enough damage? I think if I was able to buy the bloodletting, I'll be much more willing to take the bludgeoning. Right now, I also don't know if I need the tremor though, because I have 2 cards that give vulnerable. Maybe I do just take the bludgeoning for a lot of damage. Yeah, because I have the bird guy coming up and the what's it called? The statue in either one, right? And this bludgeoning seems pretty good for both of them, especially if they're. So I play this, right? They're weakened, they're vulnerable, and then I hit them with a big bludgeoning. Yeah, I'll take this. Take the bludgeon. Because I have a potion, I'm much more willing to smith here. What do I want to smith though? Probably the bludgeon. 42 damage, that's a lot, right? Yeah, let's do that. Oh, here comes the bird. Okay. I can... What would I even add? I guess I can add the uppercut. If I didn't have bludgeon here, it would have been, like, much better. Because right now I had to draw it back. With that said, it does weaken him for a bit. Okay, so I can alternatively play the bludgeon right now. Tick the 19. Heal. Then next turn play uppercut into some of these, and next turn... And then I also save this pot. Yeah, I might do that. This is basically half his health, right? I'll do that. Okay, so... Weak. Let's see. I'll probably just block her. He's gonna take some damage from hitting me. Yeah, and just finish him off. Pretty good fight. Okay, Dismantle. We do have Vulnerable, but I don't know if... So this is deal 16 damage. Do we need to do 16 damage? We have Bludgeon, right? And we have Anger. We have a lot of damage cards. So, Paul, right now, I think we might prefer some blocks. So I'm looking at the Blood Wall more than this. This, I don't really have a way to exhaust this card. So, not looking at this. It's probably the Blood Wall here. Just so... Because I haven't taken any block cards yet. Technically, Uppercut is like half a block card because it gives weak. But I think I do need that. So here... Probably will take the Blood Pot here. Okay. Chance of me drawing to Blood Wall, not too high. But I do want to play these two. So let's see if I actually draw into it. No, let's just block up. Okay, here's the bludgeon. This is where I drink this, heal, gain, take this. Okay. Short boomerang, it's a bit too random for me. With that said, if I didn't have the bronze scale, I would probably take it against the boss because we need to hit it multiple times. And I don't really have a card that hits things multiple times. Except for maybe Anger, because you can think of it as a free hit. I can headbutt back the Anger in this case though. So I might choose this because this gives me a lot of flexibility. Having one headbutt in your deck is always pretty reasonable. What I don't like is this card, because you're basically paying one energy to play the top card of your draw pile, right? And most of the time, it's strike or defense. So you're spending the same energy to randomly play one of these words. You can just not have this card and play it from your hand. You could get lucky and get one of like Bash, Uppercut, Bludgeon, Blood Wall, but you can also just I think it's a bit too expensive for me to do that. You can upgrade it and it's free, but because Uppercut is the only weak card that I have, I don't necessarily know if I wanna like exhaust it too, right? That said, there's very, very little cases that I pick this. But it's not, like, I'm not trying to say it's a bad card. I just don't personally like it. And again, my stance on most cards in this game is around 90% of cards are very playable depending on the situation. Around 5% are cards that I don't pick very often or at all. Like I usually just look at it and be like, yeah, that's not my style. And there's like 5% where I'm like, oh, that's a snap pick, right? To me, this is close to like the 5% that I don't pick. I'm gonna pick the headbutt here. I don't think I need to heal. I think I can probably just get away with upgrading something. Actually, so here's an idea, right? Some people might think you can, oh, if I heal now, I can fight this, and then see what happens. And then I can either heal or I can smith here, right? Um, but if you are very confident in your deck with your potions and how you are planning to beat these, what you can do is you can heal here, so you guarantee the smith. And when you guarantee the smith down the road, right, you have two more cards to choose from to smith. Because right now, if I smith here, there's a higher chance I would have to heal here, right? So let's do heal, right? Smith. So if I smith here, I don't really have a good card to smith. So I'm forcing a smith, and then at this point, I am almost certain that I have to heal. Whereas if I heal here, I am like 100% sure that I can smith here. There is a world I can smith in both cases if I'm that confident too. So I just feel like this boss does a lot of damage, and because hey, it's my first like run, right? It's gonna be pretty awkward if I just lose right off the bat. So I mean, if I wasn't streaming, I would probably smith, to be honest, for both of them. Let me just rest here then. If that's the case, let's take this fight. You might ask, how do I know it's going to be the statue? You always fight all three of the elites until you rotate. So because I fought the parasite here, because I fought the bird here, then the only one left over is the statue. The way the statue works is you want to play your lowest, like your highest damage last, because then he takes 10% more damage. So let's do this. Put this back here. Let's just do this. Let's see if I draw into it's got uppercut or bash, and then that will allow me to play bludgeon next turn. So let's do that. There we go. Get the bludgeon. Off by a bit. Man, I don't have to. Oh, well, he hits me, but still, I don't have to kill him right now. And do this. For 9. Or I can just use a pot and take less damage. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Because if I don't play bludgeon here, I can only play strike, which deals 9, and then I play some defend, right? Next turn, I don't kill him anyway, so I'm still taking a lot of damage. So it would be like this. This is basically... Oh, I want to save that for... I feel like I haven't gotten the potion in a while, right? Or did I just get this one? So there's another chance I'll get another pot here. I'm okay taking 19. Maybe I am. You know what? I'm just gonna use it. Take a bit less and just end the fight. Okay. Yeah, there you go. I got another pot. This is one of those relics where if you get early, you can actually build your whole deck around this. What this does is when you have no cards in your hand, you draw a card, right? So you could do something like have cards that exhaust, and then just have a bunch of anger, and then you just keep spamming anger, or stuff that doesn't cost energy, or like bloodletting, which gives you energy, right? So if you have bloodletting, you have like something that does damage. You just go infinite, you know. And well, I guess it also depends on what class as well. I think every class, sorry, I keep calling class, but every character has the capability of going infinite if you have this card or this relic. Just depends on if your card allows it. It's just much easier with the Ironclad because you do have exhaust. If you're the defect, you also have a lot of zero cost cards. Um, yeah, I'll keep that in mind, but I don't realistically think I'm building around it. It would probably just be like on turns where I have like anger and like some other cards, I would probably be able to draw something. Um, I don't have any exhaust right now, so Evil Eye doesn't seem that great. Especially because I already picked Blood Wall, which gives 16. Uh, I think this would be a skip here. I already mentioned that I don't think Setup Strike is that great, and I don't have exhaust. This would be a skip. And I think this is reasonable enough to take on this boss. Oh, I do have an upgrade though. Okay, well, I didn't end up picking anything, so what? Oh, I sorry, I still have one more fight, so yeah, I can skip this. Let's see what this guy. Um, yeah, yeah. You see, that's what I mean. Like bludgeoning is just like pretty much 3 energy kill something. Well, I'm off by 1, but like you know what I mean. It just does a lot of damage. Just very good front loaded damage. I think this is exactly enough. Yeah, there you go. I got another pot as well. I don't know if there's a card I really want to draw. Because this also doesn't turn it to 0, right? You just kind of draw it. I guess I can draw an uppercut when needed. Or I can just get more blocks. I think in the long run this potion is better. But I feel like I'll be able to play the block potion easier. So I'll probably take Scartus, take that. I would take Perfect Strike if I don't already have Bludgeon or something that does a lot of damage. This is currently my front loaded damage, so I don't need it. I still don't do that much vulnerable, but it is free. What is this upgrade? It was 3 more damage for vulnerable. I think it's another skip here. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we just had to upgrade something. Let's see. I can probably upgrade Pommel Strike so I draw 2 cards, right? Drawing 2 is always better than 1. We can gain more blocks. This guy does have one big attack where having a really good blood wall here will help. I do have the block potion that helps with that as well. And I have quite a bit of health. I think maybe it is the Pommel Strike. Yeah, let's just go with this. Okay. Let's see. Vulnerable doesn't do anything at the moment. This is also too much. Yeah, I just do this. Hit him again. He takes 1, and he hits me twice, so this will be gone. Let's draw 2 cards. Gain 2 blocks. This is the big attack that I was talking about. So let's weaken him, and then in this, we'll take that. We'll save the block potion until we really need it. And you see how we already got rid of his status because he hit me 4 times, and that's what the thorn was for. Yeah. So sometimes you want to look at what boss you're gonna be facing, so that way you pick your cards and your your relics accordingly. Bit unfortunate. I'll take this. At some point, I might want to take the plating, actually. It might actually be here. I take plating here, uppercut. I didn't get any defense, so I think it might have to be this. We'll take the plating. Yeah. Hit him. Yeah, we played this. $32. I do block a few. So he doesn't attack the next turn. So right now, if we put bash, if we draw bludgeon, he's dead. Regardless, if I don't draw bludgeon, I think this plus this will be quite a bit. Yeah, I think so. 15. I mean, there's a world I can just draw a bunch of wounds, but yeah, let's just put him into like. Oh, I don't want. So I actually don't want to play Pommel Strike here because if I draw into like, let's say uppercut or bludgeon, then I actually can't even play it. I'll rather draw into it next turn. I think I deal 9 here. Tank this because I have plating. Yeah. And then get him this turn. Okay, hit him for this, hit him with anger, and that should be game, or at least for Act 1. Alright, wasn't too bad. Let's see. Okay, so this is Aaron's favorite card. Whenever you draw a card containing strike, you play against an enemy. I actually don't know if it's. I mean, I have Pommel Strikes, right? I don't have B Strike, but let's say if I play this card, I have to upgrade it first, and then if I play Pommel Strike, I draw into some more strikes. It's okay. Cascade, it's kind of similar to the other card I talked about. The sorry, I forgot what it was called already, but basically it was. Oh, Havoc. Yeah. So it's like the same thing, except you don't exhaust it. Because you still have to pay 1 energy to play it. The only thing about this card is if you, let's say, drew 4 defend and cascade, and the enemy's not attacking, then you can actually play this to spend 3 energy playing the top card of our deck, right? And you might actually play bludgeoning and stuff. Especially if you upgrade this. So it's basically Cyril, you play 1 card. It doesn't exhaust, which does kind of make it better. But you do want to upgrade this. If you don't upgrade it, this could sometimes be do nothing. Aggression. Start of your turn, put a random attack from your discard pile into your hand and upgrade it. I feel like most of our attacks are already upgraded. So you might be putting like anger, might be putting strike, like stuff like that. Ironically, it might be Hellraiser here. I do have to upgrade it. I can set it up with Headbutt too. Cascade. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that are higher than 1 energy. I think I'll take the yeah. I'll take the Hellraiser, right? Yeah, I'll take this. Okay, Hive. So we're facing this guy, which is the one that makes you choose lets you choose what's it called like a boon basically. Sorry, not boon, like a bane. The first one is what you take some damage or you have 1 less energy. Sorry, you draw 1 less card. Then you can only play 3 cards or you take more damage. There's not. I don't know if there's a specific card or specific way to draft to fight this guy. I think you just have to kill him as like faster than later. But that you can say that for most other bosses as well. You do want to hit this shot because you're getting 600 gold here. So you might be looking at something like this. Yeah, and then you might pivot. And if I have a lot of stuff I want to upgrade, maybe even this. But like all roads here leads to here, so let's focus on here first. We do have a lot of gold, so we want to hit one of these shops. And because we want to still take on elites, I think it is this path. Yeah, I'm looking at that path right now. So let's see what we get. So all strikes is basically 0. If I knew that, I might not have taken Hellraiser. I mean, hey, does deals 3 more damage and gains, Eternal. So essentially, it upgrades all my strikes. I'll think about it. Brightest Flame is kind of like it's like the blood. What's it called? The bloodletting, except you draw 2 cards. The -1 max HP is usually not even relevant. You have like 80 HP, right? So let's say if you play this 20 times, you're still at 60 HP, which is still really good. Like I feel like there's just so much stuff you can do with the Brightest Flame that this is like a pretty good card. Wait, obtain 4 wax relics. Every 3 combat you're left most. This might be new. I'm not sure if I've seen this one before. So it's 4 relics and they eventually go away after combat. I think you pick this if you feel like you're a bit weaker. Like you might not have enough to deal with this act. So it's kind of like get strong now and figure out a way to get stronger later. So basically, if you are going to be running into a lot of elites and you're trying to smith a lot instead of heal, then you would probably take this. So that way you're really strong now, which will allow you to take more elites and play more risky, right? I think because I took the the Hellraiser, I think I'll probably just take the Brightest Flame here. Yeah, let's take this. Okay, what was I gonna do? Go left. Okay, let's do this. Fortunately, I don't have heal, so we'll just block 12 here. Let's do this. Right now, I feel like we have a lot of damage. What we're kind of missing is a bit more ways to defend ourselves. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Yeah. Okay, so we take the uppercut back. Alright, well, speaking of the devil, we have Blood Wall. Draw 6, or deal 6. Draws until you draw a non-attack card. So if you need to find ways to get your power, if you're digging through like a skill or something like that, like this flame, and maybe you want pillage, I might take. So one thing to keep in mind is once you upgrade this, you're most likely playing this, and when you do play it, you're basically not. Well, you're still drawing the strikes, but you're playing it for free, which then allows you to play like 2 cost cards. So I probably just take the Blood Wall here. 2 Blood Wall if you draw 2. Okay, yeah, it's fine. I'll take it. I think I do need some more defense. These guys are just more annoying than anything. Does that kill? Yeah. I do have thorns, which really definitely helps. Let's get rid of this guy. Oh, I also have tungsten rod, so I don't even take any damage. Hell yeah. Probably kill this guy. Make him weaker so I don't take as much. Actually, I think that... Wait, I just... No, I'm not. Oh. Yeah, I'm just overthinking things. Okay. Oh, Battle Trance works with the Hellraiser. Helps us draw into Brightest Flame and stuff I want. Yeah, I'll take this. Already half uppercut. Don't need more damage. Alright, let's see. What can we buy here? This is... yeah, I think this is probably a really good pick because we're missing blocks, right? It is a bit expensive, so I'm gonna just see if there's anything else. Adding 5 cards to my deck in order to heal 20. I don't think we need to add that much. You almost never want to give your enemy strength. So this is what those rugs where I almost never pick. I don't think I need this because I already have cards that does damage. Similarly, I don't necessarily think I need this. I think if early game this showed up, I will probably pick it. Because it's just basically a better strike. AoE. So, right now, one thing that I am a bit afraid of is I don't have AoE. And what that means is, in Act 2, there are the centipedes. So, when you're in Ascension 10, the centipedes not only have more health, but they have +1 strength, which means they do a lot of damage. So I am a bit worried about that. Thunderclap and Breakthrough can help. Shrug it off. How much blocks do I need though? I definitely want to buy this. Fishes I don't think is that great. It's like you spend 1 card playing. So a way you can think about this as there's a lot of other classes that have 1 cost power where you draw a card every turn, right? This is you only draw a card if you add vulnerable, right? I only have 2 cards that gives vulnerable, and they cost 2. You can also play this and does nothing as well, right? And it also takes up a draw. So I don't value this that high. I think I definitely want to buy this, which then I think I will probably... I want to shrug it off. Yeah, I think I'll take it. I'll probably buy this potion too. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Is there a world I want to play this right now? I don't think so. So where I can kill this guy. This is 10. Gain a block. No, I don't think so either. Might just have to block, headbutt, and then block again, so that way this guy is stunned. Who do I want to... Probably just want to play that as well too, right? Or maybe I actually... Maybe I kill that guy. 9. Yeah, so it's like this. It goes to the top of my deck. Sorry, for some reason I thought I added to my hand. I kill this guy. Which means I don't stun this, unfortunately. Is that fine? Yeah, that's fine. Let's do this. Can bash. We'll play this. Bash into this. Battle Trance. off by a bit. Yeah, I probably just don't want to take. Actually, we're pretty healthy. I think it's fine, right? I don't have to hit him right now. Let's just block. This. Yeah, use it now. Okay. Hmm. I think I skip here. Like you might think I can add more Pommel Strike because I have Hellraiser, but actually, because like if you're adding all these Pommel Strike to your hand, and with the idea that once you play Hellraiser, you know they all do something, you're technically adding more stuff to your hand as well, making it hard to draw the Hellraiser. But also it's how do I put this? Like you don't have to put every strike you see just because you have Hellraiser. Hellraiser's nice. Like you can play it for free. You're basically like when you draw this, you play this for 2, right? Because it's not upgraded, I think it's better to not take it right now. Because if you even if you play Battle Trance, you can't really like you don't get the draw from it. My deck is starting to get a bit big too, and I don't have exhaust cards, so if I just keep adding more pommel strikes, if I'm facing like a boss and my win condition is the Hellraiser, it just makes it harder to draw it. So I think I skip here. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave it here for now as well. I've been going on for an hour now. I need to take a break. Um, I will continue this run later to see if this is any good. And who knows? Maybe I actually just get my ass kicked, and you can kind of ignore everything I said because it didn't work. But this is also a roguelike game where you're not supposed to win every run. If I did, then I'll probably break some world record or something. So okay, I will call it a night for now, and I'll continue next time.